long time ago, during a dinner among second-tier friends, I admitted that I didn't like animals. I had said it casually and as quietly as please pass the butter. How do you not like animals? The hostess inquired. She was blonde and thin and knew the circle of friends like me. I just don't, I replied. In a ripple effect, everyone at the table stopped eating, stopped talking, and turned to me, eyes wide open with forks in hand. But everyone loves animals, the hostess declared. Okay, I said. And then I dumped the roasted chicken into the gravy on top of my mashed potatoes. Okay, she repeated. It was a question, not a statement. I looked up. Yeah, okay. I don't want to fight about it, but not everyone loves animals, I stated. By the way, everyone was looking at me. I could tell I needed to keep talking. What? I continued. Just because I'm not an animal lover doesn't mean I'm an animal hater. I like dolphins and penguins and things in the wild. Animals that you can go pay to see from afar. I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm just not into pets. Domesticated animals like cats and dogs. They're dumb and gross. I reached for my glass of red wine and pulled it close to my lips and gulped. Eventually, I found myself staring at the ceiling. Just me? Come on, I can't be the only one that doesn't like domesticated animals, I pleaded to the table. There were no visible signs of allegiance, and I debated what to do next. Do I tell them my story? Does my story matter? Oprah says never to trust people who don't like animals. Wait, how do I know that? Who told me that? Was it Aaron? No, it was Manny. Never mind, who cares? What am I doing here, and why is this chicken overcooked? And why is it so hot in here all of a sudden? And with the click of the air conditioner and a cool breeze blowing in my face, I spoke up. So growing up, I had these two dogs, both blonde Cocker Spaniels named Bummer, I began. The first Bummer was smart, friendly, and fun. At least that's what I was told. I only have one photograph of him from when I was 2 years old. But he must have been cool, right? Because one morning, someone snatched him, and that was the last we ever saw of him. And then 3 years later, my soon-to-be stepdad tried to win me over with a new Bummer at Christmas. This Bummer was nothing like the original, although the name suited him more. Instead of playing with me, this dumb dog rolled around in his own shit and spent most of his time trying to escape the backyard. Sometimes he'd run from like 20 feet away and smack. He'd run straight into the glass door and bounce off onto the outside patio, nearly gouging himself on the sprinkler. You'd think after a while he'd never have to do that again. But he didn't know, and that was the funniest part. And so he'd just keep ramming himself in our sliding glass door, and I'd just keep watching him do it. Bummer. I stopped and took a deep breath in and shook my head from side to side. He was something, all right. When he wasn't ramming into the sliding glass door, he was digging holes under the fence, and we'd have to go on these hour-long search parties to find him. Honestly, it was when I didn't care if we found Bummer number 2 that I realized. I looked around the table. There was not one reaction. I dug deeper. Do you guys see these scars on my face? I asked as I pointed to my right cheek, below my eye, and next to my lip where 3 little slits spread out across my freckled skin. I was attacked twice by 2 different dogs, both Scottish Terriers, I explained. With that cue, the guests rocked forward and leaned over the table and into my personal space. And as they stared at me and I stared at them, would they know what a dog bite looks like, I thought? No wonder you don't like animals, the hostess said, breaking the silence of the room. That light totally makes sense to me. And then she flashed her pretty white teeth and flopped back into the cushiony chair. I practically forgot about that dinner party, and then just last Tuesday, while at Publix in front of the cake mixes, I accidentally bumped into the hostess while reaching for a graham cracker pie crust. They had been years. Still, she appeared exactly the same, with her long blonde hair and her lanky lean legs. Did you cut off all your hair? She began. It was the first of many questions to come. Did I hear that you wrote a book? What else were you working on? Was that your cat and dog I saw on Facebook? They're so adorable, and so is your boyfriend, by the way. Where did you find him? And then she paused, and it was my turn to speak. I stared into her hazel eyes, and I watched her eyelashes cling to each other with each blink. Poor eyeballs, I thought. She uses way too much mascara, and someone should tell her. I looked to my right and over my shoulder down the aisle of tightly packaged products. There was no sign of him, but I was still comforted by the sight of all that food. Tightly packaged and on the edge of each shelf, waiting to be plucked and taken to its new home. I turned back to the hostess, and once again I found myself debating over what story to tell her. Yeah, who would have thought it? I'm all investigated now, I wanted to say. But it's not what you think. I didn't go out and buy that cat or anything. I took her home one night so the girl next to me at the bar would stop crying her eyes out. She was going on and on about it being euthanized or something like that. She couldn't take it to her house because she already had 5 animals, and so I adopted that little bag of bones based on 2 conditions. The promise of a 50% discount at the vet she worked at, and also the guarantee I could give her back at any time. And as for that St. Bernard that sheds and slobbers everywhere all the time, so there are towels strategically set up all over the house for when it happens because it always happens. She's part of the deal, and she comes with him, and with him comes laughter and love and dinner parties without any explanations. But instead of telling the truth, I told my second lie. You were right, I declared, shrugging my shoulders. I guess everyone does love animals.